Welcome to Virtual Realms. I'm Ranger 1. Thanks for watching. I recently pulled down the perimeter walls I had erected around approximately 20% of the redwood biome on the island map. I wanted to consolidate and focus on developing the area immediately adjacent to the treetop habitat I had constructed and named Arborea. There's a picturesque pool there, nestled in a secluded area that lies midway between the lowland river and swamp border of the biome and the rugged highlands in its central area. Of course, the removal of that barrier meant that I had plenty of unwelcome guests begin to prowl around underneath Arborea. This meant I needed to construct some walls, so I started planning carefully so as to use as few walls as possible and hopefully make their presence as unobtrusive as possible. And while I was at it, I decided it was well past time to expand my facilities there to include a proper aviary, which you may remember is a task that I had put on the back burner quite some time ago. I had planned to build one from scratch, but a mod recently came to light that satisfied my needs in a much more economical and timely fashion. The Aviary Structures Mod, created by Myth N7. Since the area in question, which I have named Ruin Creek, is exceptionally beautiful, I wanted my aviary to be attractive but at the same time remain relatively inobtrusive. And of course it had to be fully capable of housing my large variety of workhorse flyers. I allow many avians to roam about the habitats I construct, but there's always a danger of some of them getting spooked and flying off, so certain ones needed to be safeguarded. This aviary mod fit the bill perfectly. I chose to place the aviary on the small circular island that sits in the middle of the central pool that forms the headwaters of Ruin Creek. This ensured that the aviary would be well protected and at the same time easily accessible. Plus, I think that's the most aesthetically pleasing place to put it, making it the center point of the area. A diamond in the rough, if you will. The top of the aviary has these nice glowy bits on top to help you find it from the air in low light conditions. There is a circular iris opening in the roof, which can be set to be manually opened, but by default it's set to open and close based on your proximity. And I find that auto open configuration to be particularly handy. Inside, the aviary is quite airy and spacious, allowing plenty of room for a large number of flyers up to and including Quetzals. The structure itself seems quite sturdy and well suited for a PvE gameplay, but I'm not entirely sure how well it would hold up in a PvP setting. Suffice to say that for the basic function of keeping your flyers in and predators out, it's more than sufficient. I think that one of the nicer touches of this mod was to put a Dinosaur Gateway in the side of the aviary at ground level. Not only does this allow you easy access on the ground, but it also allows you to install your choice of doors so as to better achieve whatever look you may be going for. This also frees you up to use the aviary for other purposes, such as a quick temporary base of operations, or even as an undersea corral for creatures up to about megalodon size. One peculiarity of this mod is the placement preview feature that allows you to build a translucent placeholder. And while it's not a bad idea for some applications, in this case it's somewhat unnecessary, and I believe that it will probably be removed in the near future. But if you do decide to try it out, keep in mind that to remove the placeholder, simply move close to the dino doorway and right-click to bring up the appropriate radial menu. Once you find the perfect place to build your aviary, don't forget to build the iris opening for the top, as it's a separate piece. Or, if you prefer, the aviary is still quite functional, leaving the top open. The author stated that he has plans to make multiple versions of the aviary available in the future. Whether that means multiple sizes of this same basic design, or whether that means we can look forward to different styles and materials, remains to be seen. I'm looking forward to them either way. Well, that about covers it. I'll put a link to the Aviary Structures mod in the down below, and if you found this review helpful, please consider subscribing. If you have the time, you might even think about giving me a thumbs up. And let me know what other mods you'd like for me to cover at some point in the future. I've already had requests to cover the Bridges mod and the Pillars mod, and since both are currently pretty handy in-game, I'll try to get those out to you in fairly short order. If you'd like to see more mod reviews, you can click here. But if you're the devil-may-care type and prefer to put your faith in the techno-magic that we like to call YouTube, click here instead. Until I see you again, good hunting.